Exclusive.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need it.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Who is you? For make me believe otherwise. You couldn't stop what God create. A greatness running on my blood. Hello?
You that's watching this right now, this is your sign to stop playing it so cool. Put it in these bitches' face, cause you one of them ones for real. These bitches be pretending. Ha! Clock that C. Thank you.
What's good, people? Kai Storm in the building. EENY Eyewear in the building. Buy one, get one free in the building. Shop online, shop the store. Either way, get your eyes fly with EENY. All right, people. Silly of me to think that the mic was going to be able to work two shows. How you doing? Kai Storm in the building. Yes, I'm late with my Real Housewives of Potomac review. I know that. However, Monday's my day off, and Sunday, yesterday I should say, I recorded an episode of Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana. Matter of fact, I just finished recording our last episode well, not our last episode, but our last episode of season 9, Prime Cloud Time. So, and silly of me thinking that the mic would still be working so I could, do the Potomac review, but the mic is not working, but it's all good. It's quiet. It's late. By the time this review hits YouTube, it'll be in the AMs, but it's all good as long as I'm getting it done, right or wrong. Shout out to EENY Eyewear, definitely. Shout out to my book, That One Voice Revised Edition. All purchase information will be in the comments. Black Friday, buy black, buy black, buy black, buy black. So get my book and definitely go to EENYeyewear.com and get your buy one, get one free. Yes. I did the recording for the podcast yesterday. I did not feel like doing anything last night other than resting. Today was a restful day, so now I am getting to the episode, and apparently the episode is called Guess Who's Back, and it says Stacey unveils her new line of gummies, but the brand name gives the ladies cause for pause, of course, because she picked a Nigerian name. And then Wendy gets candid about her father. What's going on with Wendy's father? Okay, that's the storyline. Kieran and Greg discuss the state of the relationship. If we discussing it, that means shit is on the rocks. But and Angel and Tia connect with their families. Okay. So let's get into this episode now. Although I haven't watched anybody else's review. I have seen little traces of thumbnails that had to do with Karen. And Karen returning, and the fact that it's called Guess Who's Back, I'm just like, So if Karen is coming back, but then I also see that Monique, whatever her name is, she gonna be back here too. So whatever's going on, we getting into it. Y'all gotta excuse me, I was eating some popcorn. So we start the episode with a whole, a few little scenes here and there of what the girls are doing. Somebody's doing this, somebody's doing that. But the most interesting scene for me is this one where Monique, we finally get her we got her name straightened out. It's not Monique, it's Monique. Monique comes back, and Monique comes back via Ashley, because apparently Ashley and her have been friends since 2017. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let people know that I haven't been watching Potomac since it started. You know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, damn near all the reality shows that I watch and review, well, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, even the ones that I watch and don't review, I haven't watched them from the beginning. Like, I haven't. So, you know what I mean? So for me, this is kind of like a catch up. This is kind of like, oh, okay, for the people that haven't, been there from Jump Street, this is the best way to catch you up. They've been friends, and even when she wasn't on the show, she was friends with Ashley, and that's it, and that's all. So, apparently she, we catching up to her what's going on with her divorce, the remodeling of the house. Of course, there's going to be animals everywhere. I just expect that there's going to be animals everywhere. And, you know what I'm saying? Plus this big ass dog that as soon as you walked in the door, as soon as Ashley walked in the door, there was a big ass dog greeting her. So, yeah, that's where we at. But yeah, Monique, that's her name. So Monique shows off her house and has to sit down with Ashley, and in the sit down they discuss all the ladies. They discuss the fact that she doesn't have a problem with Giselle, but you know what I'm saying, but Giselle, hopefully Giselle doesn't have a problem with her based on the last time that they talked was on the reunion where Monique was calling out Giselle and Jamal and the side chick and all that hot shit. And then even the fight was discussed, with the fight that she had with Candace, you know what I mean? And, and how she became a different person after the fight with Candace. And then she also talked about Wendy, how she ain't speak to Wendy in 5 years. And Wendy ain't even try to reach out to her in 5 years. So we already know there's going to be a situation with that. And then, of course, Ashley kind of sidestepped the conversation about Stacey and, her dating, Chris Samuels. And, you know what I mean? Because she was like, I figure it's best that Stacey say it and not me say it, because that ain't none of my business. Which, not going to lie, I agree. But at the same time, I know you wanted to, Ashley. I know you wanted to say. You know what I mean? And now, but what I ain't gonna front, I'm kind of, not looking forward to, is because apparently it's gonna be a scene coming up where Angel gonna be talking to somebody. I don't know who this woman is, but she's gonna be talking to somebody about the whole catfish picture, and she's gonna be saying that Wendy had a funny look on her face, when the whole shit was discussed. Girl, the fact that you still on this shit is kind of crazy. But then again, you don't have a storyline, so go on. Run with that shit, because that's all you got. Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye to you, Stacey. Because you are on this TV screen trying to convince people that you did not come up with this shio, bio, cryo, fuck yo motherfucking name for your cannabis gummy line to not mirror Happy Eddie, because you talking about Shio means happy. Girl, like, again, it would be respected if you actually just came out and said that you know what I'm saying, that you were inspired. Cause you clearly are fucking giving inspired, bitch. I don't remember if I actually discussed it fully, but we're getting into a scene where Stacey is introducing her gummy Shio and trying to sell us on the fact that it had nothing to do with Happy Eddie. Meanwhile, Wendy and Happy Eddie is in the basement, because Wendy's doing all these Wendy is doing all these repairs, these costly ass remodeling to her house. Meanwhile, in real life, we might be in jail for embezzlement or whatever the fuck. Child, lying about taxes. Child, lying about shit being stolen. Insurance fraud. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And they in the garage or whatever, and they talking about Happy Eddie products, and you know there's gonna be a Happy Eddie launch and shit, and you know what I'm saying? They talking about, you know, they discuss Stacy and Stacy coming into the cannabis business, and Wendy asked Eddie, yo, if you had to make a strain that could represent Stacy entering into the cannabis business, what would you call it? My dude said copycat. I said, bap, 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 bap. Pull up and come again, selector. Pull up and come again. I almost dropped the camera, chap. Pull up, because that shit is funny. And to show you how everybody actually is taking it as you a whole copycat motherfucking bitch, because she gets on the phone with Ashley, tells her about the cannabis business, tells her what Shio means, and the first thing Ashley says is, bitch, why didn't we ask you at the reunion that if you was gonna do this and you said no, and then you turned around and did the same shit you said you wasn't gonna do? Bombastic side eye. Now I gotta pull out my side eye for motherfucking Angel, because Angel and her sister, because that's who this lady is. Angel and her sister's talking about the situation, the catfish situation. And she was talking about that she was embarrassed and appalled. And it's like, you was embarrassed? Appalled? Girl, why are you stretching it? Why is you dragging it? And it was funny because the sister came out and started talking about Giselle Neck. And I was just like, that's a good one. And true. You know what I mean? But then she came for Wendy and the filters, and it's like, girl, we all use filters. Chill out. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? This whole storyline is just like, come on. And then what really had me stop to talk to y'all is because she made sure and pointed out where she lives in Potomac, and it's like, Karen did that too. Like, what the fuck is the purpose of pointing out who live where? Y'all on the show. That's it. The fuck? Say word. Let me find out the Angel sister tried the when it's beef like me is forever line like Cardi B. You tried it. It didn't rock well. I almost missed that shit. Fuck out of here. Oh yeah, double, triple, motherfucking quadruple side out to Stacy lied ass talking about that she got some kind of connection to Nigerians. Really? All of a sudden you got a Nigerian connection. Word. You's a liar. So it comes back from commercial and we see Tia talking to her husband and the kids about a birthday party that must have got wild. You know, this party happened while Tia was on vacation with the girls, and the party apparently got wild. They only supposed to have 30 odd people, and somebody got mad that they couldn't come in the party and posted the address, and all other people had to show up, and one of the daughters called police, and husband is trying to make it sound like he had control of the situation, and it didn't sound like that whole relationship just gives, you know, the kids, first of all, kids on TV gives that you let the kids have choices because we on TV. And child, I don't believe in that bullshit. We go to a scene where Giselle is driving and she's talking about her father's will and contesting it with his wife, because the wife is I guess battling for the cheddar, and you know what I'm saying, and nobody had a relationship with her, so girl, you trying to take shit that don't belong to you apparently. So I don't know. But yeah, now we getting ready to see Kiana and I guess Greg and see what the hell is going on with that. I am very much looking forward to Married to Medicine, even though it's not a show I review. And I don't know, will I decide to review it in the future? Maybe not, because I literally like the fact that I'm able to watch it without having to review it. But I can't wait till they come back. But how did that just end? Lord have mercy. Oh, okay. It was Greg and Kiana, and they talking about, you know, how the relationship has progressed, and you know that they have separate homes, but it's almost like they live together, because one home is for him and his kids, and then, you know, he goes over to Kiana's house when, you know, when he's kidless, you know what I mean? So it works out and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think that's cute. Now, what I noticed though is going to come up though, because apparently it's Pride weekend, and Monique going to walk up into a celebration that everybody's having fun, but then there's going to be some bombastic side eyes from Miss Giselle herself when Monique walks in. You see, this is why I don't respect you or respect your brand or gummies or whatever the fuck you claim you putting out, because if you was real, if you were real, you would have just said, yes, Shayo means happy. You would have said that you were inspired by Happy Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as both of y'all wearing a red dress and both of y'all ordering the same food, I have a tendency to believe that the producers told y'all to do that. Just to cute up the scene. Just to make it all cutesy. That y'all just want the same thing. Y'all want to eat the same thing. Y'all dress in the same way. Y'all kind of look the same a little bit. And all of a sudden she wanna connect with her Nigerian girl. You are fooling nobody. And I just be going into my commentary and completely forget to explain the scene. The scene was that Stacy and Wendy met up to have lunch together. They both had on the same type of dresses. They basically had the same aesthetic as far as the beat. And Stacy then, you know, confesses to her business, but as she confesses to the name of her business, she tried to say that it meant that the name meant joyous, and it's like Wendy called her out right away, like, no, that's a Nigerian word for happy. And then she said, well, and then she says, oh, I found out I'm connected with Nigerians. And then she's like, oh, but, and then Wendy's like, well, you didn't have no other country you wanted to connect with? There's a whole lot of other African countries. This chick said, well, I wanted to connect because, you know, we sisters. We remember you said we sisters. And it's like, bitch, it's given you trying to be Wendy. And it's like, in this instance, you're right. Now, they ordered the same food and they try to make it all cutesy, like, oh, we want the same thing. But at the same time, it's like, girl, you look fake and phony. You look copycat-ish, and you look inspired by, and you might as well admit that shit, because any motherfucker that can see that shit. The blind man can see that shit. The fuck out of here, okay? I gotta talk about this shit because this shit is funny as hell. So first of all, we started a very cutesy scene where everybody's at Jazzy's wedding, and it was beautiful, and you know what I'm saying, her ring was bad as a motherfucker. That shit looked fly as fuck. The whole wedding looked really exuberant and just, you know, money all over the place. It definitely looked nice. And then then we moved to the Pride party where everybody's showing up with their Pride outfit, and Ashley looked like a straight dude type of girl, talking about her name is Ash Top, and then Tia over here talking about, yo, she look good, she could get it. So she gives out everybody names, and fucking Wendy gets degrees these nuts and pussy popper and all kinds of names and shit. But then the funniest name is the name she gave to Giselle, which was Jizz. And Jizz kind of sounds like, jizz, like, you know what I'm saying? Jizz. Like, Ashley came up with some shit that was funny as fuck. And in comes Monique walking in, dancing. And of course, the bombastic side eye comes from Giselle. But the dude that Giselle came with, because Giselle came with a dude and her daughter. And the dude that came with Giselle actually knows motherfucking Monique and hugged her too. You know what I'm saying? I think he's probably a stylist or something like that. But either way, child, she was the only one that looked upset with Monique walking in. So let's see what happens next. Now, I do want to go ahead and say that Andy looked like he's shooting his little clips out, whatever he does. Whatever it's called, I can't remember because I don't be watching that shit. He's shooting it from BravoCon. The only time I even hear about BravoCon is because of Alexander Rogers. And while I hear about it, I really don't care about it. So it's like, you know what I mean? See, in this moment right here, where Miss Monique right here finds out that Stacy apparently was dating her ex-husband, because Kierna took it upon herself to ask motherfucking Monique, oh, wait, you don't know Stacy? And literally Monique was like, bitch, I don't even leave the house. Like, I be chilling in my crib, minding the business that pay me. So how is it that I would know Stacy? And this one decides, say, oh, no, cause she tell we, or well, no, it's not that she tell we because she's a liar. No, she didn't tell we. It's like she lied, so she wouldn't tell me. But no, we find out, say, she and your husband did that. Yeah, man, she and your ex-husband did that. So Kierna said, well, you must know she then. You must know she. And at first Kierna tried to play it off and say, oh no, you must know her because because she said she know you, she seen you around. And then somebody in the group said, no, it's because of the ex-husband. And then yes, Kierna made sure and tell her, said, yes, Stacy was dating your ex-husband. And this was her looking at her like, word. And that's how the episode ended. Now, they ain't gonna show what's coming up next, I don't think, because they went right into BravoCon. So, but either way, whatever happens next week, we'll be here. I'll be here. You'll be here. Trying to get to 1K. So spread the word. Tell a friend. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely turn on your notifications. Definitely check out EENY Eyewear. Definitely check out my book. And see you in a couple of hours for Love and Hip Hop Miami. Yeah. I just realized Karen ain't come back on this episode. So it's Monique that came back. Ah. Damn. Then who the hell was talking about Karen coming back? Man, listen, maybe I got it twisted. It's all good. See you in a couple of hours.